Good morning. My name is Mitchell Moody, and while I was preparing to give this senior testimony, and I was trying to think about how I could share with my peers, with the faculty here, with our families, and with our friends that are here, I was struggling to, I was trying to think about what I could communicate that would express my time here. And I found myself thinking about the things that I've missed while I was student teaching and since I did my student teaching. I found that I missed the simple opportunities of daily life at Welch, such as having lunch with friends or even a faculty member, going to a class where the professor genuinely cares about you, or having chapel at 10 a.m., where your day can reset, where you can refocus, and you can focus on the things that matter for the day. These are some of the aspects that I've missed most about daily life at Welch. But while these are the more simple and ordinary opportunities that I really enjoyed, all of us were here to get an education, hopefully. And for us of the class of 2023, we are finishing that. So I have a couple things I've appreciated about Welch educationally. First, in an academic sense, I've not only learned certain topics or been prepared to work a certain job, but I've learned to be a lifelong learner, as Dr. Patterson might call it. Professors like Dr. McAfee have stretched my ability to think critically and to think deeply with his very difficult paper topics. And in a general sense, all the professors here have really taught me to work towards excellence and to work hard at whatever you do to gather more truth. A second educational way that I've grown is in my understanding of God and the Bible. Two very pivotal times for me would include Dr. Hester's lesson on feet washing, which was actually on Zoom during Maymester, and then Mr. Talbot's talks about the image of God. And what's great about this type of knowledge is that it's not simply things you learn, but it's things that impact the way you live your life. I believe they've changed the way I live my life. I hope they have, and I hope they continue to change the way I live my life. A third educational aspect that I appreciate about Welch is I've learned in a more personal daily walk type of way. The examples of Dr. Shipley and how patient she is with the hundreds of thousands of mistakes I've made on the piano, or the joy of Mr. Rodriguez, who will light up any room or sidewalk you see him on, or the generosity of Dr. Beck, who's the reason I am here today. Lastly, part of these last few years is simply just maturing. We were high schoolers, and we've got to grow up. We've got to learn how to live life. And different professors have taught that well, like Mr. Bracey, who's always willing to go on a run and talk about life. A few days ago, I had a mentor from high school who reached out to me, and he asked me to give a singular reason of why I have enjoyed my time at Welch. And for all the reasons I've listed in this short speech up to now, and many other reasons, Welch has taught me that education is much more than the teaching of facts or the training of a job. Education extends beyond these things and is an environment or community where all aspects of a person are developed, i.e. Welch is teaching the whole person when they're teaching us. So for all these reasons, I'm thankful that Welch has produced a community where they make this a focus and a priority. More importantly than all the things I've listed above, the faculty at Welch have brought me to the point where I don't consider myself a person or a worker or a member of society that has Christian values, but that I'm a Christian who is ready to go into the world and to interact and engage in whatever future endeavors I may hold. In this next phase of life, I am marrying Bethany, who you just heard from, and you're probably thinking you had a much more interesting senior testimony. I am getting a master's of mathematical sciences at UAH, and I am working a job in the Huntsville industry doing a lot of math. And while I may not know the full extent of what may come in the future, I feel prepared to embrace whatever is set before me in all aspects of life because of the education I've received here. So thank you to my family who has supported me and been there for me for days like this and many other days, and made those days possible. Thank you to my friends here today who have pushed me, encouraged me, and walked through life with me. And thank you to the many, many faculty members here at Welch College for living godly lives, for pouring into the lives of these students, and for pouring into my life specifically. Because of this college, and more specifically, because of the people at this college, whatever may come, we can go into the world prepared to live a life worthy of the gospel of Christ. Thank you.